Hi and Assalamualaikum judges. We are the representative of the product named SiFY, which stands for Sign for You. First of all, I would like to introduce our leader and project members. Our leader name is Nur Husnina binti Azman, then the other project member are me myself, Iza Atira binti Shamsuri, Farah Shahira binti Azlisha, Afifah binti Azna, and Nur Atika Sharmi binti Zulkifli. To begin, I would like to explain about the introduction or background of our project. Miscommunication is very likely to happen between people with disabilities and normal people on a daily basis, whether in the working environment or in public space. There are so many factors that contribute to it, but the major factor is the language barrier. SiFY is a business that creates an extension to a web to bridge the gap between sign language and more standard forms of communication. It also can be used to facilitate the learning process in special education institutions and support charitable organizations working to improve the life of people with disabilities by providing sufficient resources and facilities. SiFY adopted a real-time conversion in which sign language is expressed through motion of the hands and face, which are subsequently converted into words. Next, I will continue with a problem statement where this is a significant issue or problems that drive us to produce this SiFY extension. So the first issue is a common issue faced by every disabled person, which is lack of equal opportunities in education and employment. There are a large number of children with disabilities who remain out of school and thus they are deprived of basic education. As a result, they are bound to fall behind other candidates for that job. Furthermore, disabled persons will not receive the same kind of treatment as others in the workplace, which means that they usually be discriminated against, having their potential at work overlooked, and experiencing a disability pay gap. The second issue is that the language barrier between disabilities and other people could lead to misunderstanding and feeling left out in society. Many of the disabled community face exclusion from parts of society other people take for granted. The general public tends to disregard them because of their perception that they are difficult to interact with and communicate with. It is also possible for this to happen in educational settings when teachers who are unable to comprehend sign language may have trouble understanding what hearing impaired students are attempting to convey. Other than that, we notice that currently there is a shortage of sign language interpreter. It could be because of the lack of sign language awareness in society or maybe an underpaid wage. Currently, are 30 sign language interpreters who work with the Malaysian Foundation Deaf Community to help the 55,000 strong deaf community in Malaysia communicate with the public. An additional 20 until 30 freelance interpreters are based across Malaysia. Of the number, only 2 are fluent in bilingual interpretation. This will make it difficult for people with disabilities to conduct official businesses such as obtaining their IC and passport without the assistance of interpreter. Since all major government agencies need sign language interpreter, thus with the help of SiFY, it could be helpful in making the process of interpreting easier. Last but not least, the problem that we discover and decide to come out with this SiFY extension is that the majority of the special education institutions are still employing traditional teaching methods in the process of learning, despite the development of new technologies. As the number of children with disabilities rises from time to time, these methods may appear ineffective and impractical due to the significant amount of time and work it requires. That's all from me, and I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Atika Sharmi binti Zulkifli and I will continue with the objective of SiFY. Our first and main objective of creating SiFY, Sign for You, is to provide a platform for the deaf community to gain education and job opportunities in the industries. It gave the disabilities community to be able to contribute more in the society as they have the equal chances as others. Next is to create more awareness among the society about disabilities people on how they are normal such to the normal people. Studies shown that people with hearing difficulties prefer normal people talking with them in sign language, as it indicates that the others are attentive to their situation. Hence, with the creation of SiFY, the society can take part in daily life of disabilities community. Next, we're moving on to the novelty of SiFY. So what is the uniqueness of SiFY? SiFY is developed to facilitate easier two-way communication between the disabilities people and others. The feature in this browser extension is to ensure that everyone can and is able to understand each other. Special needs people can talk in their sign language comfortably, and features in SiFY will translate it into words. It also applied to the other way around, where normal words can be translated into sign language. This in fact can reduce the barrier of communication. SiFY is known for its knowledge and communication purpose. As for that approach, in education sector, it can be used by disability students to have better feasibilities in terms of delivering syllabus, while in the industrial world, they can use it to interview or communicate with their special needs workers. To use it, users need to click on the extension in order to connect with the meeting platform. With the camera on, disabilities person can use the sign language. This extension will feature a word translation on the bottom left of the meeting as a subtitles. This extension ensures that the words delivered in quick time and correct way.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is SiFY binti Asnan. I would like to continue about the benefit to users. Firstly, company. Company is the main target user for the extension. By using the extension, they can open their job vacancy to more flexible candidate. By this, they could find a talented and better experienced jobs. Also, with this extension, there's no more barrier to work with a person with disability, as they do not have to worry about how to communicate, and they could easily practice two-way communication. Moving on to the benefit to the next user, which is disabled person. This extension will create a whole new experience to them. They could unlock the fear of people not understanding them, and they could also socialize as usual. They can be in the same class and experience the same journey as their friends. This will also ease the process of job hunting and create a wider job opportunities for them, as the extension will discard the biggest barrier between normal person and disabled person. Moving on to the last users, which is educated. This extension will bring a lot of benefit to them. This is because deaf or mute person usually needs a person with an additional qualification to teach them, as they need to use sign language in order for them to communicate. But with this extension, they could easily learn without having to worry about all that. This could also bring out the positivity and confidence among the disabled community, as they will not feel like they are different, because now they can learn and have fun with friends normally.
Thank you, Afifah, for presentation. Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Husnina. So I will continue to present the benefits of SiFY to society. First, let's define society. Society is an organized group of persons associated together for religious, benevolent, cultural, scientific, political, patriotic, or other purposes. Society can also be defined as a body of individuals living as members of a community. So what are the benefits of SiFY to society? Firstly, the benefit of SiFY to society is creating modern society. Information technology is important in our lives because it helps to deal with everyday dynamic things. Technology offers various tools to boost development and to exchange information. Both these things are the objective of IT, to make more tasks easier and to solve many problems. Nowadays, everyone uses the internet, and some of them cannot live without the internet connection. That's how important technology is. When COVID-19 outbreak happens, it affects all segments of the population and is particularly detrimental to members of those social groups in the most vulnerable situations, continuing to affect populations, older peoples, persons with disability, youth, and indigenous peoples. Nevertheless, life must go on. Work needs to be done using online platform, and those with a hearing impaired, it is quite hard for them to communicate on an online platform by using sign language. So we created this extension for normal user to understand what disabled person with hearing impaired that translated the sign language into words. It will create a modern society as sign language also can be understood by normal user on online platforms. Moreover, for an organisation like National Society for Deaf Malaysia, Persatuan Kebangsaan Pekak Malaysia, our extension will be useful for them for an educational purposes as the age group served in the organisation is from 7 years old to 17 years old, where the suitable age for them to gain 21st century technical skills necessary for future occupation. This technology will provide students with easy to access information, accelerated learning and fun opportunities to practice what they learn. What technology can help young students learn and acquire knowledge through play. For example, evidence suggests that learning is more effective through guidance from an adult, such as teacher. Lastly, improving mental and physical health is one of the benefits of SiFY to the society. Being able to interact in conversations, especially with normal people without the fear of feeling uncomfortable or confused in an environment where they can't make any sounds out because they only communicate through sign language to someone, and it can be very draining on a person's mental well-being. But with the use of SiFY extension, this effect can be negated and normal people will be able to communicate with hearing impairment people without any difficulty on online platforms. It will prevent day-to-day strain that people without hearing loss don't experience, and that alone can be a huge comfort to someone with hearing-related issues. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Farah Shahira binti Azisha. So I'm going to share about commercialization potential of our product. SiFY used a new technology to translate a sign language to words, which we use technology as extension. This extension available on Google such as Chrome Web Store. Since Google is widely used, this extension is an easy access for everyone to use. This extension is free for everyone, but with a limitation. Meanwhile, the organization can buy this extension amounting 9,000 ringgit for premium access. Moreover, for the general observation, the competitors are existed, but they mostly converting words to sign language. But our company created the opposite. In addition, our product target market are special schools, disabilities people, normal person, non-profit organization to disabled person. This can be seen, almost 85% potential customer to use this product. Lastly, sales will be based on customers' demand and any corporate social association that specializes and is involved in the disabilities community. Thank you.